I've been really fortunate that recently I've been asked to be the London fashion editor of the online menswear site, Fashionisto.com, and also they have a print magazine, and I'm looking after the kind of London fashion editor aspect of it. My role of it is very much to introduce to the Fashionisto and the audience that reads it what's going on in London. When I first started, and I was when I was 10 years ago, I was very much, my women's wear was my forte, and menswear kind of really happened when I lived in New York for 2 years. I started styling menswear, and it's something that's very natural to me, and people really responded to it really well. So when I came back to London, people really liked my menswear, really known me for it. And I kind of actually see a really big gap in the menswear market of doing something that's exciting, that's not too over the top. Men's fashion nowadays, not only is it great, but also I think men themselves are more aware of how much of possibilities are out there, how they can dress. Gone are the days when you can only wear sportswear or suits or something that's over the top. Nowadays there's so much on offer, and men are really kind of developing and being very playful with what they wear and what's available. So I kind of think, now's the time where we can really experiment and really introduce new things for menswear. I find branding amazingly interesting, how creating a brand that reflects an identity and how to create an interest through that. I'm very interested in using the business of fashion in a very positive way. Unfortunately, it's those of us who's worked in the industry and who are involved know that it's quite often based on a sense of hunger and animality, hence the stereotype of the bitchy fashion designer or the bitchy stylist. It exists because it does in real life. And for me, I kind of feel very passionate of kind of working with people to have a positive influence, not only to the industry itself, but creating great relationship based on nurture and fostering of involving people to get a great joy of being a part of the project. Not only will it foster their own career, but also they have a great kind of humanistic experience. It's what I'm really interested in, and I kind of feel that it's something that I can work towards and something that I strive to work towards in my work every day. Especially nowadays, fashion and music have an even more intrinsic link with each other. In this digital age where resource and information is available so steadily on the internet, and people are really taking great responsibility of promoting their own brands. It's a way of marketing that really works successfully between brands and artists, and perhaps also to inform how a certain new direction certain label takes. For me, for example, I find the collaboration between Armani and Lady Gaga really interesting, because Armani as a brand is known for really sophisticated, beautiful, perhaps resort wear, very sophisticated and very kind of high-end. And at the same time, when I was quite surprised when I saw Lady Gaga wearing one of Armani's creations, because it didn't look Armani. It was very kind of outlandish, big shoulders, lots of decoration. It's almost like the very last thing I would expect from Armani to do that kind of creations, but it really kind of opened up a new facet for the brand, I think. And I think nowadays, successful musicians wearing, certain designers really is a way of promoting for the designer, and really as a way also for the artist to show they have a knowledge of clothes and fashion. Sometimes artists pick really obscure brands like Björk does. Björk work with great collaborations with really edgy new designers as a way of, and it reflects the music. It's intelligent music, adventurous, not of the norm, and they find collaborations with similar caliber of fashion designers really helpful because they have a shared vision.